We are wrangling still with Liz and Justin, and we've got to talk about Spotify. They've punted a lot of money, $1 billion, on all sorts of woke podcasts, of course, led by Meghan Markle. Have a look at hers.
People should expect the real me in this, and probably the me that they've never gotten to know. Certainly not in the past few years, where everything is through the lens of the media, as opposed to, hey, it's me. I'm just excited to be myself and talk and be unfiltered, and yeah, it's fun.
Good. Isn't any wonder they lose money on this crap? This is the real me, not the one that you get through the media. This is me through the media telling you, showing you the real me, not the real me I've been showing to the other media. What is this?
Is it any wonder that podcast went bust? They literally turfed it, never reached its end. They certainly never renewed it. And it had so few listeners, which is why they didn't renew it. In every single episode that came out, it was actually quite funny because she'd just have another woman on there, all like Paris Hilton, famous tennis stars who are as rich and as affluent as she is, but they were always complaining about something. Every single episode, it was like, oh, the boss lady, persona, this, that. It was the most dreadful, most unrelatable, tone-deaf thing you've ever heard.
She really is not a fan of Australian politics, is she, Justin? You can tell Meghan Markle hasn't followed Australian politics because otherwise she wouldn't have tried the "this is the real Julia" line. You know, it's been tried and failed in Australia.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Australian politics either. I've got to say, but I will say this: I've got to applaud Spotify. You know, I've got to applaud Spotify here because most times podcasts try to be intelligent or entertaining, but clearly they went in another direction with Meghan Markle, and bless them for trying.
And they did.
You've got to give these things a go, haven't you?
Yeah, everyone's trying to provide entertaining and interesting podcasts, and they've given them people Kim Kardashian and the Obamas, and they've lost $600 million.
They go another way.
Speaking about money and whether they're losing it, let's talk about some of the corporates who are backing The Voice. We talked about Qantas earlier. There are plenty of others. 13 of the top 20 listed companies in the country, Rio Tinto, BHP, Wesfarmers, all kicking in money to The Voice debate. A lot of people say that will backfire. As I say, you've got to be careful you don't alienate your staff, half of whom, according to the polls, will vote no, not to mention all of your customers. You don't want to lecture people. But the other thing here that's interesting in the Voice campaign is the great Michael Long, the great Essendon AFL champion who's always done these long walks to draw attention to Indigenous issues. He's doing one now for The Voice, but along that walk, he said he wants to go to London and ask King Charles III, to endorse The Voice. Now, look, a lot of people want me to back down from The Voice. The one way for me to back down from supporting The Voice is to get the bloody King of England supporting it.
Get Charlie Fingers behind it. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, isn't the whole...
I've got to tell you, can I just say I'm a big fan of Michael Long. I think he is the real deal.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Long, you know, we need more people like him. I think he is an absolute cracker. And one thing I do love about him in this is he will have a go. And he's obviously looked at Charles and thought, look, he's a guy who can be swayed on many things. I'll take the chance and I'll go and meet him. I love the fact that he's doing this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the outcome is.
He's a great man, Michael Long, and a great footballer. So great, in fact, that I've almost forgiven him for his scintillating second half in the 1993 preliminary final at the MCG.
This would suggest you haven't forgiven him, Chris.
Oh, what a game. What a game. But the point here is you get the Lydia Thorpe types and other real activist types who are pro-voice. Yes. They rail against the king, and they sort of talk about this as all the harm inflicted on any Indigenous community being at the hand of the royals. So asking the royals seems a strange twist.
Well, also, King Charles would have to have rocks in his head to get involved here. Firstly, Matt Thistlethwaite, the Assistant Minister for the Republic, has downright said if this referendum gets up, the next one is for Australia to become a republic. He said that in black and white.
So you can vote for a Voice and get rid of King Charles. Now you're pushing the yes case.
I don't mean to sell it, but so the king would be helping dig his own grave, basically, if he were to help this referendum get up. Also, it would play into the hands of Republicans who love to argue that the monarchy shouldn't be involved in these matters of state. Yeah. That is the bait. So if he were to say a word on it, they'd be like, see?
Of course.
See?
It is political. He should stay out of it. Harry and Meghan, on the other hand, I reckon they'd be in yes T-shirts. And so
100%.
please don't anyone don't let anyone suggest it. We are all out of time for wrangling. Thanks so much for joining us, Liz Storer and Justin Smith.